Well, big good afternoon to everyone over in America and everywhere across the world. This is Rock and Scap, and we're from 4States, and we are bringing you League of Dota. So, this is an amazing little championship that very cool. It's very brutal. It's one on one all day long, and press through one run away with the crowns. But morning, Scappy, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here, and it's not morning in America. I'll tell you that much.
Very good point. So, good evening, perhaps?
It's more afternoon.
Afternoon. Ah, good afternoon. How are you, good sir?
Jolly good old chop.
Wonderful. What do you make of these first picks, good sir?
Well, it looks like they did straight up ban the Invoker and the Lycan. Those were quickly picked up, so that already kind of like perked my interest. So it's kind of already that's already kind of got me interested in this game. We also see the Centaur, which is just a great pickup overall. Just the great initiation from his ulti Stampede and the Stomp, and he's just got so much nuke with that double edge. And then there's that Visage, always that handy little support that you just get a Medallion of Courage on, and you could just bust out so much damage with those familiars.
And yeah, so really interesting that usually those are the invoker. That's really exciting. And it's also a little bit hard to ban. So Slark, they've gone for a Naga first. So they want to kind of stop the initiation. And Ember Spirit and AA ban, that's actually pretty reasonable. And also with the Nature's Prophet as well. All three of those heroes are causing a fast bans. AA is quite possibly one of the most important in the game. So, it'd be interesting to see what. Sorry, good
Um,
for.
Well, Rock is having a little bit of cutting out issues, so I think I'll take over a tad bit discussing a couple of the bans and picks. So, looks like the Internet Explorers ban the Shadow Shaman, trying to prevent the extra push that House Slark could be loading up against, and looks like House Slark is getting rid of the Luna to try to start getting rid of some of the burst so they don't have that early nuke damage. But Internet Explorers, they decided to pick up the Weaver. Interesting pick, great offlaner, and also can suit as a carry as well by the time, you know, when the game starts going long. And now we have House Lark picking up the Marana. Also great pick. Looks like they're going after maybe a little bit of extra initiation from that ultimate ability. And I do believe Rock is back. Rock, what are you thinking about the Marana pick?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you great.
We've just tried a couple of different things, so we'll see how this one goes. Okay, we got a Marana pick. Boom! Always very good. Really good for to pair with that initiation, and we really have a lot of kind of scary early nuke now because once we get those sixes up, you're gonna have people Centaur warning stamping in when they're invisible, and Lycan already moves at almost top movement speed as well. So it's gonna be a very fast team down bottom, and once again we've really got some classic picks from Internet Explorers. So just the Weaver, so a really strong carry off lane, who I suspect that he'll leave just to do his thing, and the others will probably get together around the 5 to 10 minute mark and start pushing. And they also got the Crystal Maiden there too, so bit of mana, bit of freezing.
I don't know about you, but when I'm looking at Internet Explorer's team, I think they're looking for a team that's going to last for the long haul, whereas House Slark is going for maybe the early game and try to win an early game and just snowball from there. Especially with that now with this Bane pickup. Bane is one of those really powerful offensive supports that can quickly incapacitate enemies. That allows for even more powerful initiations and team fights. And between nightmaring and fiend's gripping, he can righteously disable two people in a fight if well placed. So this is going to be very interesting. I wonder how I'm this is probably my best guess thinking about what how Slark is going to run this and how Internet Explorers is going to run this. Do you have any thoughts, Rock?
Well, I'm pretty much seeing the Bane Rhino combo. That's a really nasty combo. Pretty much means he's dead. And if they decide to put the Central Road Runner, Wall Runner with that, then that's going to be a really evil tri lane. Now they can also put the Central off lane if they want, but I've got a feeling that they're probably going to go an aggressive tri lane, and they're going to have Lycan off lane by himself. So they've still yet to pick up their mid, I'd suspect. Mirana can play mid, so they might decide to go something else, but I do think they're going to have that Mirana Bane combo. And yeah, so I think they're just doing their last bans now. We've got Slark banned out, and we'll see what they're going to ban out here. I think they'll probably ban out probably a carry now. So House Slark will probably ban out a carry, try and limit it down. I personally would probably try and get rid of an alchemist or Luna's already gone, Slark's already gone. There's a few other scary things. Maybe I'd get rid of a Juggernaut too.
I could see that, but I'm also looking at Internet Explorers, and I feel almost that they're lacking initiation. The real initiation is Invoker if he goes a Wex build and starts using his Tornado, so I'm kind of wondering if they should pick up some sort of initiator.
Well, there's that Jug ban, so that's what I was thinking.
Well, yeah, you called it. Good on you. And it looks like we picked up a Drow Ranger for the Internet Explorers. That aura is definitely going to be helping out the Weaver, the Visage. Man, they're all ranged. It's just everyone is going to be benefiting from that global aura. Everyone's right click is going to be that much stronger.
Yeah, we didn't actually notice that, did we, as it was building up? But maybe that was their deal the whole way through. They've definitely been ranged the whole way through. Maybe they're going for Drow Ranger. She is definitely coming back into popularity, into a far more useful kind of rotation into what people put in the team, because she can, she gives the team so much with that early aura. She has been buffed for this extra pushback on her silence, which is a lot more effective now. And she's actually really good at pushing towers, because she can strengthen the creep and make them attack harder, and she also hits so hard and fast. So we're definitely seeing a lot more of Drow come through, and we see the Shadow Fiend picked up by House Slark. So really big. It's pretty greedy lineup on both sides, really.
Oh yeah, that Shadow Fiend pickup. I'm thinking they're gonna run that Shadow Fiend mid, and Shadow Fiend is gonna pick up extra souls, gonna run around, start ganking. Internet Explorers really doesn't have a whole lot of tank on their side, so Shadow Fiend could be quite the powerful nuker to nuke him down fast.
Well, that's it. They're really squishy. They've got a really squishy team there. It's not like House Slark has got massive amounts of lockdown, but they do have a couple of stuns and holds. So, once they do that, then you've got this really squishy team that's going to be sitting ducks, and Shadow Fiend's just going to nuke them down.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Right now, we do have a little bit of a connection issue with the Mirana, so we're just kind of waiting on that before everyone gets ready. I'm really excited for this team. I really want for both teams. They both have strong picks on both sides for different reasons. It's just kind of comes down to who's gonna outplay who. I think it's just where Internet Explorer has really powerful range. House Slark has also has ways to get in, though. They have the Mirana ult, they have the Stampede, Lycan has his ult to run in, and it's just, yeah, we'll have to see how this goes out.
Alright, now it looks like Ryan's actually reloaded. Just while we've got to pause, we might as well take the time to introduce these teams. So, Scappy, do you want to start with the Radiant?
Yeah, sure, I could totally start with the Radiant. Looks like we have a Shadow Fiend being played by Lean In, y'all. He's most likely going to be, looks like he's gonna be in the safe lane. Running with a Bane being played by the Fugitive, and we have another support of Mirana running being played with Phone Microwave. Really interesting name. And we also have Lycan running along with them too. Looks like we got 4-man of joining in. Rasilian being played as Lycan, and towards the top we have Centaur being played by Joe. So Rock, could you introduce the Dire for me? Well, Rock is having a little bit of issue again, it
Hang on.
appears. Oh,
I am back.
oh, you're back.
So we have top, and that's going to be Internet Explorers, Storm sold that, but he seems to be kind of hanging around. Maybe they're wondering if they're going to swap that around. We've got in the we've got Jake from State Farm trailer. We have Ad Babies on the Weaver sitting in the bottom lane, and then running through trying to grab this Invis rune top. We've got Animal Person on the Visage and Gorms on the Crystal Maiden.
Awesome. And looks like already we got Crystal Maiden with the Invis rune lying and waiting for Lean In, y'all. Looks like we may be getting some sort of mid gank going on. We're just kind of just waiting a little bit. Things are starting to get a little bit saucy and exciting. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we also have Bane and Mirana just waiting. Looks like we already got an arrow in on the Nightmare. We're already going after the Weaver. Weaver is in a little bit of trouble. Tries the Sakuchi away, just can't quite do it. Already, first blood has been drawn at only 45 seconds in the game. This is just that standard Bane Mirana combo. You just can't deal with it. Oh, looks like we got Crystal Maiden running out of Invis rune, trying to freeze away. Looks like we got Visage slowing the Mirana. Mirana throwing a spite arrow back, hitting the Visage. What an arrow! Looks like there's just this little bit of skirmish going on. We're not even at the creep. Whew.
Yeah, they were definitely coming down to try and get a bit of payback for Weaver, and poor Weaver, he really copped with that. Just that such devastating combo.
Looks like we got another arrow on the Visage. Visage is stunned, but looks like we got Crystal Man and Weaver defending the Visage so well, so Visage won't be brought down again. Wow, this is already turning into a very interesting game. Wards are up. We got Mirana trying to run back, and she does successfully. Wow, this is a very... Oh, looks like we got another Nightmare on the Weaver. Arrow
Weaver's
just
on
missing.
this.
Weaver getting out just in time. Looks like we got Mirana taken out by the Crystal Maiden Weaver, and we got Lycan chasing after, trying to run away actually, trying to get out, but Weaver after the Lycan. Lycan in a little bit of trouble here, but looks like he's getting saved from his lovely supports. Wow, this is going to be a high action game down here in the bottom lane already. Tri-lane versus tri-lane. I love these games so much because there's just so much action going on. So it's just excitement all the time. Mirana's just always constantly going to be hanging back here, waiting for the right time to arrow, or along with Bane getting the first Nightmare in, just allowing just so much setup there. But we also have plenty of defense from the Crystal Maiden and the Visage as well. Whew. So Rock, talk to me. What are you thinking about this tri lane? Tri lane versus tri lane.
Oh man, it's absolutely hectic down there. And there's also lots of interesting stuff going on all over the place. I was just watching Drow, really give it to Shadow Fiend with those ice arrows. And there's not much you can do back. He nuked her back, but they're definitely fighting it out mid. And they're almost equal on last hits and denies too. So I actually just have far more denies, but very close to last hits. And then the other interesting lane is up here with the Centaur and the Invoker. It really seems to be kind of going not as much as I thought it would. I thought Invoke would have a little bit more lane dominance, being ranged and being powerful, but this Centaur is really, really just taking the. He's just taking up, and
Looks like we got a nightmare going down on the Weaver. Weaver getting out just in time, getting nuked down as well. Bane in a lot of trouble though from the Visage. Able to get out just in time. Crystal Maiden taken down by the Lycan. Lycan chasing after the Visage. Oh, Visage getting out. Just, no! Getting hit by the arrow. Just can't
so
get out just in time.
close.
But Lycan is in a heap load of trouble from the Weaver. Weaver taking out the Lycan. Man fighting the Mirana. Mirana in a little bit of trouble here. Weaver getting the double kill, but also dying to the Mirana. Whew.
This is just kill to kill. It's actually 3-4. So it's still pretty even.
This is just, man, there's just so much going on down here. You cannot, whew, you know, the jungle's already warded. I mean, so we're already seeing that, you know, just everyone needs to be careful with their positioning. Everyone's gonna have to start thinking about, where am I gonna hide now to ambush the other one? Well, at least for House Slark anyway. Whereas Internet Explorer, they're really just, okay, they're gonna gank us. How are we gonna defend? It's almost like this, like, trade. Like, we're gonna try this, and we'll try to react to them with this action.
Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. I still think both teams have got a lot to do, but it comes down to things like rune control. We just saw Marana got a illusion rune, so she's probably going to use that, maybe possibly get a gank or just to stop the draft from getting it itself.
Looks
Now,
like we
interesting that
got a Bane in smoke right now, looking like we're going to get some sort of mid gank going on, so this is going to be exciting. We have Mirana here as well. A mid gank is probably going to happen here. We got Drow hugging the tower though, so maybe she's thought something was up. We'll have to see. But looks
she's coming
like
out now.
he's coming out now. We got Bane moving in. He's gonna Nightmare. Nightmare is down. Arrow, watching the arrow. Arrow is out. Looks,
Oh,
oh,
huge!
huge mid gank coming in. The Mirana Bane combo is just a force to be reckoned with. It's just, there's just so much lockdown in the beginning and so much nuke. It's just, it's ridiculous.
It really is, and I could see that Bane getting a early blink dagger just so we can continue doing those things. Now, just quickly, while I got a bit of a pause. Nice little set came through, and Voka has increased from being banned and picked from 29% of the time at the patch 7.9 to up to 89% now. So just huge. In fact, it's actually one of the biggest turnarounds for percentage of picked compared to before and after the patch. So very interesting. 70% increase or something. It's just massive.
It's that ever since they buffed that Wex, man, it's just, he's become so, having that Wex become so much more viable and such a thing now. It's like, everyone
It's a
wants him.
thing.
It's a thing. It's become a thing. It's really, everyone wants it. Everyone wants to be in on that. Just the
Oh, big
tornado
trouble up
EMP.
top.
Oh, looks like we got Centaur ulting in and stunning as well. Invoker using a trying to perma-stun, gets it off. Invoker just edging out on the Centaur Warrunner. Looks like
That
we
was
have...
so close. Now, actually, Voka initiated that with his whirlwind. So I guess he decided he played a bit too safe, and now it's time to get a kill. And poor old Centaur just didn't have any response to that chilling touch.
Yeah, he really did. That chilling touch is ridiculous. But we got a mid gank going on. Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend being taken out. Looks like we're trading mid gank for mid gank. Visage and the Crystal Maiden have so much lockdown as well. So this is going to be a very interesting early game. Just so much is happening. Bane looking for someone after the Marana arrow missing as well. We got Weaver hiding out in the trees. Back in this tri-lane, this is just one of those games where it's just, wow. You know, we got the two main carries kind of duking it out, trying to get some farm going on here. We got Bane hanging out a little bit, in a little bit of trouble though, going after from the Visage and the Weaver.
Snapped.
Bane being taken out. It's just all about the positioning here. Just
Well, the Weaver
anyone.
actually baited him in then. It was really interesting. So he hung around, he knew Bane was coming up. And then as soon as Bane went for that long animated nightmare, he just...
Meanwhile,
switched
up
it,
top,
man.
though, we're in a little bit of trouble with that Invoker. Invoker getting double edged by the Centaur just in time. Looks like we're doing an awful lot of trading, but we got Visage coming in after the Centaur as well. Bane giving a little bit of assistance. A nice Nightmare as well, holding him in place. Centaur coming in, trying to stomp, missing, getting the double edge, and trading his life for it as well from the Visage.
Yeah, he went down to creep then, but it's still pretty spicy.
Yeah, there's a lot of trading going on. There's just so much. I mean, just seems like, and there's a lot of roaming going on too. There's just so much. You know, this Crystal Man and Visage have really started moving around. They've been everywhere on the map already, which is really same with this Bane and Mirana. They're just moving around everywhere they want to be. Weaver is by himself though, getting some farm, uncontested. But we got Centaur TPing in to give Weaver a little bit of harass and trouble. Whew, and we got Lycan coming in after the Weaver. Weaver Sakuchiing away just in time, and now there's a night. Now it's starting to slow down a little bit, but we got a Marana arrow coming in, missing. Never mind, this isn't peaceful yet. We are just it's back with three people.
That's Sakuchi, man. He's just so slippery, isn't he? Just keeps getting away.
Every time when I play Weaver, I feel like I need to take a shower afterwards. It's just, to me, he's just so dirty. And it's like, exactly, a sentry ward. You need to have sentry wards up for Weaver because he's just going to Sakuchi away all the time, every time. And it's just one of those things, you know. But we got Lycan in a heap load of trouble under tower. Visage taking him out with the help of his team. That Soul Assumption is just so much damage, taking out the Marana as well. A lovely double kill for this Visage. Looks like we got Visage having a Smoke of Deceit as well. He's ready to start ganking. He's got his familiars up. He's ready to keep going and help out with the push a little bit. Meanwhile, we got a nice little fight going on in the mid lane. Shadow Fiend in a heap load of trouble, trying to take out the Invoker. Invoker being taken out, but he trades his life for it from the Drow Ranger. Drow Nightmare Centaur trying to get positioned right. Looks like Drow Ranger back in the Nightmare, taken it out by the Centaur. Whew. Man, this is just this is just so much movement going on. There's just so much like blitzkrieg warfare going on. Everyone's moving around, everyone's getting kills. It's just kind of one of those games right now. Very high action, very exciting.
See the EXP graph, it's just insane. It's up, down, up, down,
But
up, down.
At this point, we got Lycan taken out by the Weaver and the Visage. This Visage is just using his Soul Assumption so well. He's just bursting down everyone that comes in the team fight and starts trying to run away. It's just so big right now. But like you said, let's just take a quick look at the experience graph, and it is just up and down like you said before. It's just because of everyone trading in fights, it's just relatively even right now. But let's take a look at gold. Gold's a little bit of a different story. It's still relatively close. It's any man's game, but it is 1,000 gold difference in the Dyer's favor. Looks like we got Invoker getting taken out by the Lycan, and Centaur War Runner. We got Weaver coming in with a Sakuchi, giving the Lycan some harass, but that damage return is just starting to nail on him a little bit as well. Weaver is just playing very carefully with the Sakuchis. Centaur blinking out. But we got Bane coming in. Bane with the Fiend's Grip, just waiting just in time. Weaver is in a heap load of trouble. Weaver just can't get out, though, even with the Sakuchi. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we got a big push going on, and Tower is going to be taken out. Those familiars doing a heap load of work.
Oh, massive. Hey, Scappy, just get you to quickly check on that overlay, bro. I'll quickly just keep saying what's going on while you have a look at that.
Okay.
Now let's have a bit of squeeze. Yeah, this game has just been going non-stop. So we're 13 minutes in, and both teams have almost got a kill a minute. We've got 10 to 12. So it's just absolutely insane. And now you can see, once again, this warding and counter warding is going on. But that sentry, actually, I think that sentry, it just missed that observer. So unlucky there, unfortunately. Crystal Maiden just missing on the observer, so the sentry not really doing much. But this Invoker is getting absolutely massive. And so let's have a quick look at our hero levels. And we've actually got a massive difference between, so look at Shadow Fiend and Invoker and Centaur, they're up on 10, 12, and 11. And then you've got Visage and Crystal Maiden down on the 8s, which isn't too bad actually, and these roaming gankers have done a pretty good job at keeping some of those levels up, especially Visage. Like, Visage have been getting kills and doing a lot of damage, and even though they're roaming the whole map, they are still sticking in there in the levels, and that's another tower down for IE.
Well, I am back, and like you said, looks like we're gonna keep on the push though. Things are we got a nice group of Internet Explorer looking to keep the push on, but everyone is starting to respond to it. Bane getting the tornado EMP'd, running out of mana. Push is still going on though. And just that tower, watch that tower go down. It is just going down. But we also have a push going on bottom.
Right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, but there's a push going on bottom as well. Yeah, it's amazing.
There's just so much. The aura is doing so much work with these familiars. I mean, the familiars are, even when they're at their weakest. But down bottom we got Shadow Fiend being taken out as, oh man, this is just, everyone is trading. There's just so much trades going on. We'll trade towers, okay, we'll trade towers. We'll trade kills, alright, we'll trade kills. There's always action going on. They're just they're not giving an inch. You know, it's one of those games, if anyone gets an inch, they will take a mile, and no one is giving an inch. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, both these teams have just got fantastic like cooperation and team play. Their communication must be excellent because they're really revolving together and working as a unit, and both teams are responding well. So this is a really high quality match. To look at it, 23 kills for about 16 minutes is just insane. And now we've actually got a bit of a Rosh push or Rosh attempt by Internet Explorers, and they've almost got him. So I think they're a little bit worried, but I think they will get this Rosh if they keep going for it.
Yeah, but looks like they're slowly backing off, and it's just looks like we have a smoke gank going on from House Slark though. We got Roshan falling down, Drow Ranger picking up Aegis, and it's just starting to brew. Looks like we got a push on going on mid, and an arrow just missing. What? That was just so close. That could have been a start of a team fight there, but it looks like Internet Explorers are going to keep the push on mid, trying to draw everyone back to the other team to prevent pushing from going on, but looks like they started noticing the other team hanging out. Mirana's ulti is up, Centaur TPing out. Everyone just TPing out. No one wants to be a part of that. Looks like we got Shadow Fiend out on his own though. They're going after him. Shadow Fiend, he's saying nope, I am out as well. Tornado coming by, trying to anticipate where the Shadow Fiend could be, just missing out. We got Weaver trying to hang out, seeing what's going on, trying to get some action. Arrow almost to the face. Sakuchi's out. Looks like he's dusted though.
Oh, beautiful
Centaur with
job.
a stomp. We got Fiend's grip. Just Weaver being taken out. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden's denying bottom tower. EMP is thrown down. Everyone's backing off though just in time. This is just tensions are building already. We already got another fight brewing. It's gonna happen. Things are gonna happen. Arrow coming in, just missing out again. This Mirana is getting so unlucky with her arrows at the moment. It's just there's so many of these huge arrows that could be a huge determining factor in the team fights, and they just aren't landing. The creep are just in the way. It's just, oh, I feel for you, Mirana. I really do.
Yeah, it's such a tricky game now. Look at the kills, deaths, assists graph. You can actually see that on the side of IE that Visage is winning by far. He's actually got 6 kills, and so it's a bit of a shame because it means that a lot of that really important money is going to a support as opposed to carry. Where if you look at on the side of House Slark, you've got Lycan and Centaur with both 4 kills each, and that's a little bit better because they could probably use that money a little bit stronger and help their team a little bit more. So just something to keep an eye on, and actually. Centaur's actually got an invisibility rune, so he might decide to maybe try and do a pick off, but he's a bit out there by himself.
Meanwhile, we have Internet Explorer continuing with the push. And it's because they can. They have so much buff. That Drow aura is doing so much work for them right now. Everyone has so much increased damage right now. They can just melt towers, and they are just really starting to get the map control going for them, and it's just working so well for them. And these Visage familiars as well they're just doing so much damage because of the Drow aura. It's just so it's just so big, and just watch the tower just melt. They just can't deal with it.
They can't sit there and trade. Yeah, they can't sit there and trade because Internet Explorer is just pushing so much faster. Now the other thing about this is a really good push because Drow's got the Aegis up. So if they trickle in, they've actually got 6 lives to play with.
Looks like we got the tier 3 going down. Sorry to interrupt you, Rock, but we got Rax going down. They're trying to trade pushes, but it ain't gonna happen. Centaur blinking in though with the stomp, double edge, nice ult being thrown up. Looks like we got Shadow Fiend throwing in as much as he can. BKBs are up. Crystal Maiden's ult is down. Shadow Fiend just can't deal with it. Bane going down as well. Nobody died for that. Aegis was blown.
They survived that.
What? Oh man. They just lucked out. They're all so low. We got Lycan Wolves. They're scouting out as much as they can. Oh man.
Oh, Drow.
Drow could be in a little bit of trouble here. Arrow to the face. He's in trouble. Wolves are on him, Mirana's on him, Starstorm, Mirana being taken out as well, but we got an earn charge on the Drow being taken down. Meanwhile, we got, oh, man, just the Centaur being taken down as well. There's just so much happening. It's just like, man, so many kills are happening, but the Internet Explorers right now, they're just doing so much work right now. Getting that early racks right now is just such a big deal to them. And there's a nice little lull in the game, so I am going to take a quick look at the difference in gold earned, and you could really start to see it. Look at that.
Pretty obvious, isn't it?
That 3,000 different, a little over 3,000 difference. Looking at 3,500 sorry, 4,000. Excuse me, I had the wrong graph up. It's just, but looking at experience, it's same story. They're starting to pull ahead. Internet Explorer's really starting to pull ahead, and it's just, man. Just put the wrong same idea, just wrong numbers in the wrong place. Looks like we got Internet Explorer. They're starting to push back up top a little bit. They kind of want to give that lane a little bit of loving. It's very quiet now. Things are Shadow Fiend's starting to farm up. Everyone's just kind of like taking a moment, it seems like. So, Rock, talk to me a little bit. What are you thinking about this game right now?
Well, it's really back and forth. I think while Internet Explorer have got so much damage to really punch down those towers, it was interesting to watch how even though they lost the barracks, House Slark really came back and responded quite hard too. Now they actually lost a couple of people, but it doesn't. I don't think it's as uneven as it kind of looks at the moment. Now, yes, i.e., getting a heap of farm and a heap of experience, um, but I don't think that I don't think House Luck's out of it. And I think with this Lycan, with this Shadow Fiend, it's going to come online pretty soon, and even Centaur with a Blink Dagger and stuff like that. I think it's yeah, I think it could even out a bit. But if they lose these towers, if they lose these quick racks, then they're gone. They just big
Oh,
arrow, big
Marana
arrow.
arrow to Weaver's face. Everyone's hanging around though, and it's just the push is still going to happen though. Boarding party is up. EMP is down. Tornado is up. BKBs are up. Nice and feeble from the Bane, but it's just not enough. There's just so much right click going on from the range of everybody. Centaur,
Oh,
BKB up. Centaur with the stomp. We got a nice ult from the Shadow Fiend. Weaver being taken out in that mix. Centaur going down. There's just so much power. We got a godlike from this Visage. Visage is just doing so much work right now. The familiars are doing so much damage. The soul assumption. Rax is going down as well. And look up here. We got a Rax in the mid lane going down as well. We got Lycan taking out the top tower as well. He has a Necronomicon level 3. He's doing some serious pushing by himself as well. Creep are pushing the bottom lane though, and House Slark is gonna have to start responding to that. Roshan is coming up in a minute and 30 seconds. This is very exciting right now. What is gonna happen? Rock, talk to
it's
me.
crazy, isn't it? I can't believe that. Yeah. So, like pushing by himself, and it really puts IE in a bit of trouble now because they need to be together if they want to push towers. So if they're going to try and push towers, they're going to be leaving their base unguarded now, and it's almost as in bad shape as Slark's. But I suppose their choice is they can try and go for one more Rosh, wait for it to respawn, it's about to come up, or get one more Rosh and then do a final push, or um, you know they run the risk of Shadow Fiend getting bigger, Lycan getting bigger, and I just don't think they're going to be able to take them on. They do so much damage. They are so tanky compared to this really squishy lineup.
It's almost like they're listening to you, and they really want to just keep this push up. Drow Ranger with a Mask of Madness. Really risky play there. She can lay down tons of DPS, but at the risk of become even more of a glass cannon that she already is. So this is a very interesting build on her part, but it seems to be working right now. They just got it. Just really adds to the aura. Just the range is just so much on these people, and they are just melting towers, and they're not letting Lycan farm anymore. Lycan being chased down by the Weaver, using his ulti to try to get away from the Weaver. Weaver giving lots of chase. We got Invoker tornadoing, trying to set something up here, trying to cut off the Lycan. Lycan could be in a little bit of trouble here. A nice EMP being thrown down as well. Lycan in a heap load of trouble. Visage
Wow,
and Invoker taking out the Lycan.
that was
Man,
impressive. That
that's
was a
just
really good job.
they were able to lock down the Lycan while he was in his ult. They were just chasing him down and just kiting him so well just to get him down through these trees right here and funnel him in. Meanwhile, we also have Rosh being quickly taken out. Shadow Fiend picking up Aegis. He's got his Hand of Midas. He's working on a Manta style. He picked up the recipe. He's gonna have a lot more means of escape and chance to get out if things get a little bit too spicy for him.
Yeah, that's right. Look, and these guys have got no choice. Haslak's got no choice but to come straight back and start defending their base and just see if they get holed out. Now, they do have the Aegis, so Aegis is up on the side of House Slark, and they've got, high ground and a bit of towers too, so they could get this, and if they got this and went and pushed mid, you could see a turnaround, but
The
I
boarding
really think
party
this.
is being slowed down by the Centaur, though. A nice blink in and stomp BKB is up. BKBs are up on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend trying to get in and throw down an ult. Weaver in a little bit of trouble, used his ulti and he was caught in the middle of the team. EMP is down. We got a triple kill going on with the Shadow Fiend, though. Shadow Fiend is just laying down the pain right now. He's not letting anyone get away. We got Mirana chasing after the Visage. Visage trying to get away. Looks like it's going to happen, though. But we have Mirana still giving chase, though. We got a earn charge being thrown up. Visage throwing his familiars down. Mirana in a lot of trouble, though, because Weaver's right behind. Weaver picking off... Oh, no. Visage picking off the Mirana with the help of Weaver. We got a big push going on in the mid lane. Lycan and Shadow Fiend, they're trying to go for mid. They want this to go away. But looks like...
Bottom. Yeah.
But in the bottom lane, though, we have the creep are just pushing. Those racks being taken down, it's just so detrimental, and they are just melting that tower right now if they're not careful. But we got Lycan being taken down
Yeah.
by the Invoker. They're just Internet Explorers are just being able to respond to the Lycan so well. Like, even with the Lycan just being able to run around as fast at maximum movement speed, they're still managing to keep him locked down, which is really good for them.
Yeah, did you see that stack quickly there? That Lycan was bang on time with his level 3 Necro book, and it definitely could be a change in the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. That Necro book with Lycan, and once he gets Vlad's, just he has so much push capability, because that's 4 creeps under his control that he could push and attack anywhere he wants. And those creeps are hitting so hard.
This game is so tight. Once again, we see it's coming down to a really defining battle here mid. And we've got to remember as well that either IE or House Slark might not get to go through the next round. This is League of
But
Legends.
looks like we got Drow getting a little bit of damage from the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend defending that top lane with the help of Centaur. It's just the tensions are building. Weaver keeping the push on bottom, though, diverting the attention. Weaver looking to get in some action here after the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend just melting, though, with the help of Centaur. Weaver just cannot deal with the Shadow Fiend right now. He's hitting so hard, and with that Desolator and Presence of the Dark Lord, nobody on that team has armor. It's just, anyone that he is attacking is going to have pretty much no armor.
He's still got Aegis up too, so we've still definitely got a card in the hand of HS, but they're really hamstrung. They cannot leave their base for any amount of time, or someone's just going to come in there and backdoor them. It's as if it's really amazing just how fast both these teams got to the point where they were in a position to kind of strike. And if HS had just got there a couple minutes earlier, then they wouldn't be in this trouble. They would have been able to defend those bases a little bit better. But now it really is. We're going to see one big team fight's going to really, say it all for this game.
Looks like we got Mirana ult being set up. Drow Ranger in a heap load of trouble. There's just so much. She just got murdered. Just murdered. That was just roll, as Bear Grylls would say. It was just so intense, and looks like we got a big push going on in the top, going for top. They want top racks. They need to start buying their time. But look at bottom lane again. The creep are pushing that mid tower, but back up top we got an EMP down. BKBs are up. Weaver going down again from the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend just the Centaur ult. We got Visage in a little bit of trouble. He gets out just in time. They're going for it. They took the top racks. Are they going to keep going? We got Centaur blinking in, keeping them under control. We got Shadow Fiend just melting the tower with the rest of his team. That tower is going down. They're going for the next Ancient Tower. Ancient Tower is going down as well. What is Internet Explorers going to do? Are they going to do anything at all? I don't know if they can. They're just taking out the Ancient right now. They're throwing everything they can. Internet Explorers throwing everything they can, though. They just can't do it. The Ancient is going down. It is GG. House Slark. House Slark. Oh my god. That was great. Way to end that. GG's are thrown. Wow, that was incredible. How Slark coming from behind. They just pushed that top lane. They said, we're going to end this now. It is time. And they did. They just melted everything. It was incredible. Rock,
Mate,
what are you
the timings on both those teams are just absolutely amazing, and just how fast they got ready. And their movement together, both teams showed excellent movement. It's really sad that IE is going to be kicked out after this round because they did so well. But a big congratulations to House Slark, who have been victorious in this one and gotten through. Um, that was just such a thrilling game, really, really fantastic to see. And yeah, look, Radiant pulling it back, weren't they?
They totally pulled it back. They said we need to end this and we will. It has to happen. And they took the like I said, this was a game of giving an inch, taking a mile. They had an inch to just breathe a little bit. Internet Explorer just kind of backed off a little bit when the Weaver was down back in the bottom lane, and they were given that inch and they took that mile and they went for the ancient and they got it. It all
That's
came
right.
down to
As
that.
soon
It
as
was
they got
just
that drow, as soon as they got the drow, it was they just couldn't defend. So they picked, HS picked up the drow in the jungle, and then they went top and smashed in the barracks. And you had a few people around trying to maybe try and slip push, and a few people getting their way back, but they couldn't get back fast enough. But we better get on to the next one. I think there's plenty more Dota to come. So I'm Rock. That was Scappy. Thanks heaps for watching League of Dota, and this is the 4States cast. We'll see you all later. Bye.
yeah, we'll catch you in the next game, guys. See you around.